Hey guys, welcome back with another video with Linksy. How is everybody doing tonight? We have a special game. Good old Legido sent me another replay. It's been a while since he's been featured on the channel. Hasn't played the game in a while. Now, if you guys remember, around 70 subs, so that's 400 subs ago, I basically had uploaded a Spart versus, I think, Senario. This was the first scenario ever I uploaded and was also submitted by Legido. And now he gave me another one. So this is a siege battle. It's a scenario between barbarians and Romans. 3 Roman factions defending, 4 barbarian factions attacking. We have 2 Arveni players from what we can see. We have Iceni and the Suebi, probably a lot of troops hidden over there. And of course the Romans. We're ready to just get straight stuck into it and let's get going. So just of course armored legionnaires, eco cohorts, there's some auxiliary cav over there, I imagine. Balearic slingers are a really good unit. More cohorts, lots of cohort. Some Syrian archers, Triaria unit, something you don't see often. Also the units are on large, not ultra, which makes the game slightly smoother. More legionary cohorts over here. First cohort, boys. So, wait, first cohort? I haven't seen first cohort in a long ass time. Damn. Oh boy, haven't seen this in a while. So, let's see the assault. Artillery straight off the bat hitting into the flanks of these walls. And, oh, they're trying to burn down this artillery over there, the heavy onager that's going through the wood. And these siege towers are getting peppered down, as well as these units over here by this Roman ballista, trying to hit as much as possible. This Roman ballista over here is waiting for an opportunity to shoot at that German ballista on there. It seems there are some troops on here in the forest, and all the way over here there is another giant ballista with a few spearband and chosen swordmen, potentially more troops hidden in the forest defending. The gate is getting slightly damaged straight off the bat over there, and the spearband marching in forward to try and burn the gatehouse down as fast as possible and secure a breach on this flank, which unfortunately for them will be quite futile, as the troops over there will meet heavy resistance in general. This managed to burning one down with that Celtic onager. Not sure why they're running away. There is still a second Celtic onager over there, so that could help. Naked warriors going up first into the gate, chosen swordsman marching up forward as well, and quite a lot of elite units are going in. It seems that this play was played with spear nobles, oathsworn. Yeah, it was played on ultra funds. You cannot have this many good units. Jesus, 4 units of oathsworn, I haven't seen that in a while. And these onagers cost an arm, a leg and a foot. Really nice shots into the German ballista, burning them down quite effectively. These troops are getting hammered left, right and center by all the artillery is possible. Over here some spikes and auxiliary infantry, really good frontline units, some principes and some more auxiliary infantry just holding the lines. I would have tried to hold this arrow tower. It would have been able to give quite a significant amount of damage, especially since this artillery still has ammunition. And over on this side as well, trying to hold the front would be good. Armored legionnaires would be very difficult to cut down. 95 armor, 51 melee defense, but then they have 58 melee attack and 35 weapon damage. How much of that is actually armor piercing? 5 armor piercing, that's a ridiculous amount of damage that they have there. These arrow towers are taking a lot of damage into these bloodsworn. And other ballista falls down. Oh, they're destroying their own ballista by accident. That is not ideal. That is really not ideal. One of the Arveni players over there is making himself forward. Chosen swordsman getting in, but legionary cohort ready to tackle the answer. The gates are getting hit at, and true naked warriors are ready to charge in. 2 galleries are getting in. The siege towers are on the wall, and chosen are getting off over there. Ballista over here is pretty much used up all its ammunition. It did break 2 of these Celtic heavy onager units, but now it's in position to get a few more decent shots if it has ammunition to those chosens from the flank. The onager is over there, but there must be more Arveni units. The onager is over here trying to shoot into those auxiliary spears, trying to do some damage. I haven't seen a game being played like this in a long time, since I've been mostly covering very hyper competitive games where every move is calculated and everyone is trying their damn hardest to make sure that they don't waste a single move. It's really cool to see something that's a little bit more relaxed, a little simpler in scope and function, and this is exactly what we're getting over here. Missiles are shooting in, the gates have been broken through, and Legionary Cohort holding the line and rank quite solidly. More Legionary Cohort are being charged in to try and keep units in rank and file and hold everyone in position. Spear Nobles are placed apologies, sorry, my voice still feeling quite unwell, but at least got a little bit of energy and decided to try and do a video. Hopefully I'll manage to film it in one go, but we'll get to see how it goes. So over here now the Syrian archers are getting really good shots, and that no-kit warrior unit does not want to be there. Even though it has a shield which is pretty much its 10 armor, that's not a unit you want missiles to be hitting, because it's a very expensive unit. You're talking about 500 gold. The missiles are really trading very effectively, killing that thing quite right off the bat with a few volleys straight there. Now placing one of those Syrian archers over here would make sure that these Principes would live a long time. Artillery just shooting in, burning down these buildings and setting fire to the land inside the settlement. Principes over here getting will get a lot of kills because they can hold on for a long time, as they are a fantastic, absolutely fantastic unit. The gatehouse over here has been pretty much destroyed. The oil is gone, it seems. Yeah, the oil is completely gone, and now they're trying to destroy the gates. The gate itself is getting a little bit more damage. The artillery over here should have tried to break at least this corner, for example, or over here. Could have done a lot, but these armored legionnaires are ready to hold. There's nothing really here that can do the damage. Britain skirmishers can do a little bit of damage, but it's very limited in scope. Heroic nobles being brought forward, heroic riders, all of these are really good units, but against an armored legionnaires and a choke point, there's really not much that they can do. Armored legionnaires holding there could do a lot, but even holding just up there with all these slinger support could do ridiculous amounts of damage. There's some thick boys back here, some nice elephants. These fireballs are unfortunately really badly placed because they are in front of stakes. Stakes will destroy them and stop them in their tracks. These chosen swordsmen managing to neutralize the arrow tower. It seems that over here these Legionary Cohort have gotten a few good kills, and now they can clean up that one unit of chosen quite easily. Legionary Cohort over here cleaning up most of this assault. Naked swords charging in. This shows you the power of Rome, how powerful and deeply trenched Rome can be. Most of them is being taken by Arveni, which has reasonably good unit roster and is trying to break through with limited success. But we must keep in mind that the missile advantage of the attackers will do a lot of damage. We can see some of the Gallic hunters already in place, and over here the auxiliary infantry are retreating without much of a fight, and that is quite bad, because really and truly that's going to be a problematic scenario to deal with. Over here peel are being thrown in. Some of those peelers are getting stuck into the stakes, which is really good for the armored legionnaires. Now the charge of the Bloodsworn, and the Bloodsworn are gonna get... Oh, the Bloodsworn are destroying the stakes. That's really smart from them. But they're gonna get into close combat with the Legionnaires. The Legionnaires are not gonna be a unit that dies quickly. There's a secondary unit of armored Legionnaires there, so all of these units will have lots of trouble fighting there. Same over here, as we were talking, these armored legionnaires are fighting against all of this. The heroic riders are trying to pull in, and that's not going to work very effectively. There's still missile fire back from support from the auxiliary slingers. This is a pull through and a half. Oh, that's not nice. That's really not nice. Bloody hell, the Iceni player. What a little... Yeah, it seems someone called him out for it and he's pulling back out. It's like, oh, sorry. Yeah, that is really not cool. Yeah, with armored legionnaires there, you can see it happening. Interesting that he's destroying his own arrow towers, not willing to give the arrow towers up, and he's burning them down. So So that's definitely something. Over here, Armored Legionnaires already doing a lot of damage. They've been taking a lot of Pila in their face. Painted Ones charging in, and Chosen Swordman over there doing lovely. Side shots from these Syrian archers, getting really good shots into those Bloodsworn. Those Bloodsworn are now charging into Discipline, Auxiliary Infantry. And Auxiliary Infantry is just a fantastic cheap unit. In campaign, if you can get stacked armies of Auxiliary Infantry, they cost pretty much nothing and they can win you all the fight. Just a little bit of missile support and they do fantastic against most mid to late game armies as well, apart of course just absolutely owning the start of the game. Okay, these guys got Pila'd a few times. They're gonna get Pila'd again over here, it seems. They broke, both sides broke, but there was a decent amount of friendly fire. These guys are at 100 kills. Now keep in mind that the kills on large unit size does make a difference on the game itself. So over here on this side, there's a large amount of damage being done to the units. Ridiculous amounts of damage being done to the units. The arrow towers being burned. Skirmishers firing through. Okay, those are Gallic hunters are firing through from back there. That's going to do a lot of damage. But these Armored Legionnaires are just being fantastic in the amount of damage they do. And yeah, most of these archers are missing their shots as they're firing straight into that thing. Now over here, those skirmishers got a decent angle on those legionnaires as well, but they are killing. Painted Ones are dying. The heroic nobles are also suffering, as well as Chosen Swordman. This is why okay, these legionnaires went into formation, but this is why we were talking about Armored Legionnaires just being absolutely crazily good. They have Valorica Segmentata, even it's covering their arms. And the cavalry is charging in again, trying to push through once again. This player is definitely going down my blacklist of people. Yeah, he's just pushing through. There's no defending that. That's just pushing through, plain and simple. That's ridiculous. I mean, I understand why he's doing it, because there's no chance in hell for him to break that. But pushing through like that, come on. Come on. Through multiple units, yeah, and that's ruined the entire formation of this legionary. He's pushing in with everything he has, trying to break through. That's absolutely ridiculous. These guys should get out of their formation and just charge the side of that. That unit of cavalry heroic riders died, but unfortunately this unit of armored legionnaires, even though it's getting a ridiculous amount of kills, is taking too much damage. Those Gallic hunters shooting into the flanks. Perhaps this is a point where he retreats the second armored legionnaire and just holds the line there, allowing for these missiles to do the damage. That archer unit, Syrian archer, is on fire at will, something you want to get off. Now over here, the armored legionnaires already 178 kills. They're holding the line in permanently over there. Auxiliary infantry charging the club levy from the rear, and some Avocati cohort coming in. They already have seen a little bit of fighting, and they're gonna charge in at the troops. The problem here is that the attackers over there, they lost a lot of troops. They've lost the assault on this side, and even though they're making headway in the front, it's not really that effective. These archers could be melting hundreds of units there for free. Apologies. I mean, Boyai and Iceni, the Swaby over here could be doing a lot more. I've got the cohort over here pretty much sacrificed for free. I'm not entirely sure why they were charged forward. More Principes, he's trying to pull back over there. This is ridiculous though. That poor unit of wait, where are they? Let's see how many they kill. 164 kills. They could have held there indefinitely. But again, this is exactly what they need to be doing with their Gallic hunters over there. So either you hold with your slingers up there and you put your troops back here, or else you put your slingers up this side and they will melt anything that tries to kill them. Because these guys are getting trimmed down really effectively by that Gallic hunter unit, doing a really good job. It's doing the damage, unless of course there's another push through. It doesn't seem yet that is the case. On this side as well, 184 kills with armored legionnaires holding the line. I believe this could be done actually with 2 Roman armies versus 4, because it seems ridiculous the amount of damage Rome does to other factions. Could be a desperate last stand sort of scenario, 2 versus 4 on this this field. Also, it seems the last 2 versus 4 video did really well. If you guys want more 2 versus 4, like, you know, or desperate last stand scenarios, let me know in the comments down below. It's definitely always fun to know what you guys want to see. Or even pre-Mario uniforms, infantry like Principes and Hastati and Soshi Hastati and that kind of stuff, defending against a bucket load of troops. Maybe even recreation of the Battle of Carthage. Now the Swordmaster is charging against Legionary Cohort, and that's going to do a lot of damage. Syrian archers over here started firing the wrong direction again. It would be great if they see them firing into here. Then again, these most of these stakes are broken. There is some Syrian archers firing head on. Now they're firing from the side. We're going to see that Syrian archer is doing really well. 198 kills. That's 3 units, 4 units actually in this unit size. So it's really well. These slingers are wasting ammunition, unfortunately. 110 kills already, which is really cool. There are some more Oathsworn over on this side, and that is fantastic because those units will be really useful in pushing this way. There's a lot of reserves left. There are lots of slingers left, and there's you send the general that way. Whoever you are, you're gonna lose your general. Yeah, if you pull your general back now, he's dead unless you make him walk. But even then, quite a number of him will die. That's why I don't bring that many stakes anymore. It's lost its shine. There's another way he could have done it, just run them back down that way. Could have done a lot more. Over here the fireballs were placed correctly. Syrian archers in the front over there. Legionary cohort charging in, trying to help these Avocado cohort hold. These Syrian archers are being pulled back. Over here these troops are being abandoned. They've done a lot of damage, but it seems finally that the defense is faltering and they're deciding to pull back. I still believe they are winning this very easily, and they could be holding on for quite a while. These archers over here are doing ridiculous volume of damage, these swordmasters. And on this side the Principes getting rear charged by Celtic warriors against swordmasters, so that's going to be really difficult for them to hold. Artillery shooting in, and if that hit that blob of units would have been disastrous. To withhold lots of infantry is being retreating over here. That will definitely be a problem for defense later on. So Spear Nobles outside, the Onager is outside, and there is this ballista still there. So perhaps this cavalry is going there to try and clean it up and see what damage it can do. Still lots of missiles that haven't been used yet. These Chimbri longbow hunters, not even the Chimbri bowwomen, are being brought in. Longbow hunters are 40 damage, so they could definitely do quite a little bit over here, but they will not really counter the Syrian archers. 1-to-1, their armor is ridiculously low, but Syrian archers seem to be occupied elsewhere, so their damage is going to be much smaller. Swordmasters doing some damage over there. These naked warriors again getting a volley full of arrows from the flank. That's going to be really difficult to hold it for a long period of time. Over here this chosen swordman manages to push through this gap over here and surround the legionary cohort over there. It's fighting against armored legionnaires over there. Perhaps they should have really pushed in. Maybe this unit of legionary cohort going in from the side. Over here there is a commitment to the cause, but it seems the Oathsworn charge is about to break in. That's gonna be really difficult to hold. That Oathsworn now, especially with the limited amount of troops that are left. There is an Eagle cohort left and a legionary cohort there, and the armored legionnaires over here. One of them dead and the Eagle cohort is down. I'm not entirely sure what this guy is doing. He's just charging everything in. He's trying to break through by brute forcing his way through, so not always the cleanest way forward. This general bodyguard cleaning up that onager, possibly going to clean up the other onager over on that side, would definitely be good. These Syrian archers not in a good position. They're fighting against the naked warriors. They're getting peeled in the back by allies. Oh my god, that guy got really, like, taking a pila to the knee is the new, it's the new common. Seems these guys are out of ammunition. 52 kills in Syrian archers is not ideal, especially how easy these scenarios were to get really good shots in. There is, wait, what? There was a giant ballista back here. Okay, maybe they went against the rules and they let a unit out. Swordmaster, so it means there's still units left in reserves back here that could be used. The general bodyguard is just trying to clean up any units that he can find. More reinforcements are coming in for the attackers, so that's quite interesting. All of a sudden, the defense is losing a ridiculous amount of troops for what it looks like free. Iceni is pretty much out for the count from what we can see, but again, it could be that he has a couple more heroic fighters left. This is painful. Whoever was holding on to this side, I feel very sad for, because it's clear push through multiple scenarios. I mean, having slingers or archers here just shooting into the blob could have done a lot more damage. There is a slinger unit that is possibly out of ammunition. Yeah, they are out of ammunition. 100 kills, and this slinger unit again firing at the wrong angle. Quite a lot of friendly fire possibly, so that's going to be difficult. Again, holding here will do much more than the other side, and everyone will be happy. Syrian archers pulled back, and slowly, surely, all of these units are getting pulled back, because once this breach breaks, there's going to be a difficult situation and scenario to hold all of the rest. With the spears, a ridiculously good unit in terms of missiles. Swordmasters are also there. There are fireballs going around. Okay, now this is an interesting scenario. But a lot of people struggle to break through there. It's very easy. Make a hole either here or here. Even here works, but these two are the best. Here you have more opportunity to do so if you are placed on this side, and that's great. But these two, absolutely fine. You create a breach and it's very difficult for the defense to hold. They will have to fall back to this side and try to hold there at the same time. While this is happening, you also should try and push this side, because on Colmendunium, which I believe this is the match, you can come up through the rear. So the final assault, you always should be attacking from all sides at the same time, forcing them to retreat earlier and not do as much damage, and basically fight a fight that is really up to your advantage, not to theirs. Over here, these guys are still fighting. Each one of these legionnaires just did absolutely brilliantly and getting a lot of very expensive kills. Finally, this arrow tower is neutralized, but now Oathsworn and Chosen are charging in, I believe. Yeah, Oathsworn and Chosen are charging in. That's going to be really difficult to hold. Slingers over here are going to get a field day shooting at these units from the flanks. They should be really fighting against those Gallic hunters and trying to kill those Gallic hunters, which somehow are out of ammunition. With so few kills, which is almost alien to me at this point. These Oathsworn getting shot in the sides are really losing man quickly. I'm not sure why he's giving up this position, because he still has units over here that could hold on for quite a bit. He should have fought and killed these Gallic hunters. There is nothing here that could really hold him. I mean, there is heroic nobles, more Oathsworn coming in. Holy shit, that is a lot of Oathsworn. But they could have held there easily, especially if they deploy these Avocati cohort further forward than they have. There was no need for this mass retreat to happen. This shows exactly what I was trying to say. Slingers over here, look how fast these units are dying. Absolutely ridiculously fast. They're trying to buy time for these armored legionnaires to pull back, and this unit of legionnaire cohort being overwhelmed on that side. The Oathsworn over here are exhausted because they were all engaged in the fight. And we're back. Sorry for that. There was a little bit of a glitch, and I had to rewind the entire footage back to here. So, yeah, what we were saying, yeah, the slingers were shooting down the Oathsworn. I don't know why the Oathsworn are in shield wall formation, because that's not helping them. They get out of shield wall. Well, they throw their pila, because they wouldn't have had the... Oh, that was a really good pila shot by that legionnaire cohort. This one over here, armored legionnaires, getting to these heroic nobles. They're about to get sandwiched by the remainder of that Oathsworn. It's just not ideal for them. Over here, this cavalry taking lessons from the essence, where they're cleaning up all of the giant ballistas, doing really well over there. These heroic nobles are dying really fast to the armored legionnaires, along with all the supporting fire of these troops. These troops should be cleaning up those Oathsworn and maybe these heroic nobles, because that is potentially possible before the wave that comes in from there. All the fire is now focused on this Oathsworn units. These Oathsworn will not last long. I mean, two Syrian archers, especially if they have precision shot on, they do not. But those Syrian archers could do a little bit of damage over there. In fact, they're melting down these guys, which are not breaking simply because they had hunt on. So these guys are down to just a dozen men each, just absolutely gone from the fight. These Oathsworn have their backs turned to the slingers and archers, so that's gonna be brutal. These heroic nobles getting decimated by the missile fire over there, but finally the berserkers come in, and this unit is about to get clean. This legionary cohort needs to break that one Oathsworn that has in front of it. No, instead it charges downhill. I'm not entirely sure what he's trying to do, because these Oathsworn here are not having a good time. These heroic nobles getting decimated. 30 of their men lost in quite a fast instant over there, so they're not doing well, especially these missiles. Some of them are missing, but they're still getting really good shots into their flanks, and the overarching angle is really good. These legionary cohorts about to see its doom. It's fighting quite surrounded over there, whereas the rest of the city has been abandoned. They are getting a really good angle on troops over there. Oathsworn General, Swordmaster General, everyone is pretty much in the city. I'm not sure why the Swordmaster is leaving the settlement, but so are the ways of things. Artillery crews coming in. Everyone's pretty much into the settlement. These legionary cohorts still fighting, getting a lot of kills. The general over here, the heroic nobles, getting slaughtered without a single pila even thrown. So they're getting the value for money there. These slingers over here they still have some ammunition. No, they're out, because they could be getting some really decent shots into the rear of this blob, and these berserkers getting killed would be really effective. These Celtic warriors managing to trigger that fireballs, and they're gonna get they're not having a good time triggering those fireballs onto them, whereas Avgot cohort are charging them. Yeah, pushing through a lot, pulling through the units, which is not really effective. These guys throwing their pila, but unfortunately to the wrong angle. They're down to just 54 men, which is not fun at all. These slingers are out of ammunition, but they're getting shot at, so that's a good way to absorb that ammunition, especially since they're reasonably defensive situation. 200 kills on them, 100 kills on these bad boys, but there's still some more ammunition left up here, and those Syrian archers over there. Some Praetorian guard is left up here, and these guys, these are the bad boys. These are the elites of the elites of the classical world. They are not something that you can rifle with that easy. It's funny that they're close, almost as strong as the Rise of the Republic Triarii, which are a ridiculously expensive unit, but they're such a fun unit. These Syrian archers charging outside of the settlement, just fighting fisticuffy over there. What's left for the attack? It's not much. They have some Oathsworn left. Well, I say some Oathsworn. They have 6 units of Oathsworn at least left. Lots of archers as well. So they still have the answers, but it is quite difficult to see how they can win this, considering the amount of troops left from the Roman players, which seem to be much better players, and especially with these elephants, they could do quite a little bit of damage if used properly. These troops are setting up, preparing to charge in. This side completely abandoned by both teams, just completely ignoring that. This Roman general over there getting quite a few decent kills. Oathsworn general coming in, two more, so it's 1-2 Oathsworn. 3, let's guess it's 3, 4 Oathsworn units, 5, 6, no, that's okay, that's not Oathsworn. 6 Oathsworn units pretty much left untouched on the field, and Swordmasters, Berserkers. There's a lot of Berserkers over here, and those Berserkers can chew through units really effectively with their spears, and some Spear Nobles over there. So there's definitely a lot of troops left. These Longbow Hunters getting shot at by the Syrian Archers, but Syrian Archers are running away, getting a decent shot into that Longbow Hunters and doing a lot of damage. Over here, some have got the cohort ready with their Pila, and these Syrian Archers are pulling back behind the auxiliary infantry, which is taking the Pila shots. Pila is being flung into those chosen, some damage is being done. Syrian Archers over here have some ammunition left, and everyone is getting ready to tango and mango over in these fields. Fortunately, these artillery never got inside the settlement, which could have been disastrous, because opening a breach here, creating the third and fourth breach is always important. Again, it took me a while to realize there is this back vecting that can happen over there. So I am as much as everyone else to blame for not learning certain things. You know, it's something you learn as you're going along. These guys are being pulled back. Now, a simple trick that not many people realize is if you put your units over here, you can burn down the arrow tower quite effectively, quite easily. Those archers are going to be ridiculously good in taking down these principes and these archers. These slingers are being moved in forward, not ideal again for power reasons, since in Rome ammunition is models are more important than ammunition of any kind or units. So having models left will delay the battle quite significantly. That Principe is getting decimated by those troops. Testudo formation is being put on, but it is after 50 losses on that Principes, which is very good for the attackers. The attackers seem to have the advantage over here. The elephants coming out of the settlement, sliding out, they've broken every single one of those stakes, and they're charging in them forward with Triarii to kind of hold the rear. Do not charge through that stakes, just charge from this flank. If those chosen swordsmen waste their peel on the Triarii, the elephants could definitely do a lot of damage to these troops in the back. But the main problem here is the spear nobles, who have bonusing against large and anti-cavalry tactics, which gives them extra bonus versus large. But square formation by them, and the elephants just charge in straight through, doing a decent amount of damage. This guy managed to get in the right place, and that elephant is just fantastic, doing a lot of damage. Even if these elephants are to go berserk, they could not really hurt that much. I mean, a Triarii unit is a loss, yes, but considering they've already 41 kills, and these are expensive units, pull them out and charge them back in at this point. But it seems that the Arveni is doing the wrong choice of retreating, and now these guys can start picking up the loosely packed troops really easily. Chosen swordsman unit and the spear noble units were left here, it seems, to hold these guys, but these guys are just pulling through the masses, and they're getting really good kills. So these guys are not having fun, plus they're frightened, and even the chosen swords are being pulled back. The elephants breaking through, killing a lot of those units and doing a lot of damage. This Oathsworn general is not going to have fun. The chosen swordsmen kind of confused what is happening. They're not even managing to get their pelas off, because these elephants, well, I mean, 2 elephants died yet. Ooh, the elephants go berserk. That flaming arrow got the elephants berserk in the wrong place. You need a heavy shot right now to kill them. Either way they go, they're gonna kill friendlies. They're not gonna kill friendlies, they're gonna kill just the... Oh boy, yeah, those bye-bye spirit nobles. Somehow their charge bonus becomes even better once they are enraged. Again, not the most optimal use of elephants. 100 kills is not ideal, but definitely does a little bit. They're charging back in, and they're gonna get a lot of damage right off the bat over there. Spear nobles getting slaughtered, and 4 volleys by these Gallic hunters that could be used for something else. Fire arrows just shooting over there at these Avocati cohort, doing a lot of damage to them. This is unfortunate. They're using Balearic slingers, and I understand why they would want to use them, but they're costing them a lot, and I'm not sure why they're giving up these positions. They're burning down this arrow tower as well, again, once they could have held there. I mean, it seems they're just obsessed about killing their own towers, because these Oathsworn are melting, gonna cut through this legionary cohort very easily, especially with the support that they have. And they could be easily surrounded. I mean, a charge by these have got the cohort into the rear of that Oathsworn. Again, could be that they're trying to get that arrow tower to burn down, because it would kill anything around it, but that also includes this legionary cohort, which is going to be really painful. These Gallic hunters getting a few shots straight into them and damaging them quite significantly. First cohort over here is running away, but I'm not entirely sure what's happening, to be frankly honest. I'm really not entirely sure what's happening, because these units are not fighting in the most optimal of situations. But one has to see what they come up with. This arrow tower is about to kill this entire legionary cohort. There's going to be a lot of I mean, this Oathsworn unit, 33 units, it's not ideal. Unless, of course, these Gallic Hunters and these Oathsworn actually march up this way, which they might as well do, but 94, 96, bye, Legionary Cohorts. Okay, that was lucky. They did not... Why is it only me that gets those problems? Like, when I had my Legion, like my troops over there, they got massacred. They just poofed. Extinguished from existence. And now in this case... Oh, the elephants came back. The elephants came back. There's too many Oathsworn left though. This is quite terrifying for the defense. And defense is not abusing the fact that it has the higher ground, has better defensive capabilities. Like in this case, just place your units like this and place your units like this and just let them flow in. Let your slingers do the work. And your slingers will do work. I mean, they're getting lots of friendly fire. I mean, not as much, but definitely a number of friendly fire shots are coming in from there. Syrian archers over here, do they still have ammunition? Yes, they do, and that's going to be a really good side shot. Why did you shoot your own man? Yeah, that was a really good side shot from that side. Troops are cycle charging over here. These cohorts are doing really well and holding the line, but again, now they're down to 6 cohorts over there and a couple of extra units. Eagle cohort, the Praetorian Guard is over there on that side. The Praetorian Guard could hold them for ages. And there are also some, yeah, they have the troops, they have the tools necessary to win this. Syrian infantry over there, Syrian archers over there shooting an Oathsworn unit. So the Iceni player seems to be completely out of the picture. And the Oathsworn over here are getting slaughtered. The Legionary cohort lines are getting too thin, but there is a first cohort ready to come in. First cohort are weaker than Legionary cohort, it seems, by a certain margin, which is quite interesting. But if they charge in, they should be able to block on any hole that there is over here, and it would do the damage. They have discipline, so do they. But these guys have encourage, I believe. Yes, they do have encourage. Okay, that provides a morale bonus to everyone who's in this area. This was just about time it happens. There was a gap, and the attackers should have noticed this earlier. These Syrian archers are out of ammunition, so they're running out, but Valeric slingers over there are getting down. Syrian archers up here should... I mean... Yeah, oh boy, that's a really good shot by those troops. Getting some decent kills over here. I mean, mostly these cohorts and legionnaires have done ridiculous volumes of damage, so that's always that. But the attackers should have had more than enough in this final push to break through, but finally losing so much over there, the first time forever in this game, the defense actually has the upper hand. In fact, it's finding itself comfortable sending troops outside this way. The general bodyguard is up here. Swordmasters are protecting the rear, but a good sellout at this point could do a lot. Perhaps send all of the reserves here in there, bring out all the remainder troops this way. So the Praetorian Guard charging into these chosen swordsmen, and the Praetorian Guard are definitely going to do a lot of damage there, especially when there's a first cohort supporting. All the slings are being pulled back. Oathsworn generals charging in as well. But over here now, the kill zone has been pretty much completed. The troops being pulled back are really... I mean, 4 of them would have justified, because you could have created a new line over here, forcing them to engage on that side. They're pulling back all of their longbow hunters and their remaining ammunition, and belief to this general, trying to kill that general. The elephants that are down to 3. Where is the 3rd elephant? That's 1, 2. Oh. He's not fat, he's thick. He's just very thick. Oh god, he's really stuck there. Okay. Oh, this bad boy is still alive. Where did he come from? 51 units left. But yeah, over here, this is a ridiculous bloodbath. I mean, Water Spears and Swordmasters still alive, but so many Oathsworn units dying for little to nothing in terms of gain. Chosen Swordsmen doing actually better than the Oathsworn, it seems. Gallic Hunters moving in. So what's left over here? It's a couple of Chosen, a few Oathsworn units left. But that's not going to do very well. Oh, these Syrian elephants. Oh. Auxiliary African elephants, sorry. This guy's still stuck. Nope, he He fell into a rage and he's just marching through. That's going to be painful, very painful. But it did get 6 volleys of ammunition there charged through, and and he's back into control. The general for one of the Arvanian players is moving in forward, and the Wada Spears over here taking a beating. Finally, the gap has been pulled back again. This arrow tower never needed to be lost, because they could have hauled this off easily, and maybe they played with the timer and they had to respect the timers and they had to fall back every so minutes, which is absolutely incredible that they did manage to hold up to that. The Water Spears over there breaking entirely, and now Oathsworn coming up and shooting in. Oh wow, yeah, I would 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Jesus Christ, talk about being made into a pincushion. These Legionnaires, 245 kills. Again, it's very normal to see that amount of kills on units when you're using Ultra units, because everything has 60, it's 160, so everything has 40 units more in the units roster, and in the case of Syrian archers and archers, you have 30 more, right? But in this case, hoo-wee, man, like getting that amount of kills against this quality of units, it's ridiculous, man. That's absolutely ridiculous, and definitely something that should be nerfed in this scenario. But it is the case that Pilas are being thrown in. Pilas are being thrown in. Hopefully, talking about that, hopefully in the Troy game, Total War Troy, there won't be these problems per se. Longbow hunters moving over there, that cavalry or general or elephants should be able to deal with them. There would be a balance, and I was watching the Legend of Total War stream today, and he was saying how he played the game. He found a few bugs, but he seemed to have really enjoyed the game. He's letting other people play it, cover it, which is absolutely fine. Doesn't mean he doesn't like the game, but he was talking about it quite positively, and he was actually very happy about it. Compared with how he usually talks about Total War games in general. He's a grumpy old bastard, but he's a bastard that we all love. He's the bastard that we want and need, not the bastard that we deserve. Anyway, it's also nice that I fixed the background sound of the game. I don't know why it was so heavily muted. Possibly because my mic was completely off. Hopefully I didn't ruin the sound of the game too much compared with my voice, but again, testing stuff, trying to fix stuff and seeing what comes up. Chosen Swordsmen are having a jolly good time there. No, they're not. They're really not enjoying that. Longbow Hunters again coming back into view and vision. There is the Swordmasters over there. They've captured this arrow tower, but they have not captured over here. Legionary cohort, 3 men left. They're like, nope, we're gonna yeet out of here. So finally another general is being engaged. So that's the generals are 1 2 3 4. Yeah, generals are being engaged. Missiles being thrown into there. Actually, what I think I missed the sally out of this cav. I think that cav sally out and got absolutely annihilated over here. I completely missed that at the start. I'm just realizing now that there was cav there, because I'm like, yeah, there was cav for the defense. There's another Legatus defense over here, general. So there are 2 Legati. There's 1, 2. Where's the third one? Did he lose his? So that's 1 general. Second general. And third general. Third general is over here. So that's the 3rd general. Okay. We've got the cohort being charged in over there. These guys, with their Pila, have gotten a decent amount of kills. Pila's being shot. There's still ammunition on these Balearic Slingers. There's actually still quite a fresh Balearic Slinger unit. Again, funnel them in, get their sides, not their front, but still, this is fantastic. Berserkers going berserk with friends. 76 weapon melee attack. That is, oh boy, that's not something you want to fight against. That thing will wipe anything clean. But these have got the cohort finally breaking. And it seems the kill box has been organized over here, and the Exilius Arch is moving in, but the skill box will do a lot of damage once it is properly implemented. These berserkers taking a Pila or 2 to the face, if these guys still have Pila, would really damage them, and it would slow down this assault to the point that once this is cleaned up, these guys do not have a chance in hell to fight at all over there. So we're gonna see. Spiro was moving up, and the banners are being risen, the horns are being sounded. The final charges come, and it seems that the defense held on admirably. Perhaps again, as we were saying, 2 versus 4 in this map could be quite tricky, but also quite fun to play with. Again, the 2 players need to be quite experienced. There were many mistakes from both sides in this game, but then again, that's what makes the game fun. It's when both are playing for fun rather than just for competitive reasons. Mind you, you need to have a few of those games where everyone's playing to be competitive, but in this case, it was fun just to see, and it shows that the people were having fun because they stayed in. There was no rage quitting. You'd notice that there was rage quitting if the AI took over, unless it was Marshall's AI, and then we went super hardcore. We actually need a meme for that. If anyone makes a meme of Marshall's AI, DM it to me during one of my live streams. It will take over the space of the T slot, the T corner. Yeah, for anyone who missed the finals of the Colosseum tournament, by the way, check them out. They were a fantastic final battle, especially the land battle was just absolutely insane, and the first battle was just Jesus Christ, it was so close. It was literally down to the wire. Just ridiculously close battle. So there's that happens. So just check them out. It's one of my last few streams. It's up there, and yeah, so check that out. But anyway, during one of the previous games, Marshall's team, so the Moratori, were fighting against. Who were they fighting against? Forgot. They were fighting against. Damn, I'm so sorry about the other team. Oh, Honey Badger's Brigade, Jesus. Of course, how can I forget the Honey Badgers? But anyhow, Marshall disconnected halfway through the match, in the last 20 minutes of the match. His AI decided to just disengage and run to the other side of the map and just hide in the corner. So basically, it was here, it ran all the way to the beach, stood on the beach, and then started running all the way back. His teammates tried to hold as long as possible. And by the time the attackers got to the center, there was almost nothing left on the field except a couple of one Oathsworn unit for Marshall, and a few tribal warriors for him, and sword followers, and a tribal warrior, I think, and an Oathsworn unit for the other player. But Marshall's AI just stopped the center from being capped, as well as his sword followers just charged in, and one of them got something like 300 kills, breaking half of the attacker's army, with a random charge no one expected to happen. So that was absolutely beautiful. Anyway, as we're saying this, it seems now that the attack is pretty much run out of steam. It has nothing left. These Oathsworn, I mean, they did damage, but there's too much left on the field. These missiles were not used to any extent great effect into killing those units, and they could have gotten decent angles from here and there, but that's not going to help them. Troops are being charged out. These guys are being charged into melee as well. The Avocado cohort surrounding the remainder of troops on that side, and there might just be a complete sally out. The Praetorian Guard could really do some work when they shell sally out over there. Pilas are being thrown, but again, mostly they're hitting the rear of their own troops, and now the attackers realize that they have failed. The remainder of the ammunition is being used. I'm going to fast forward this till the engage actually happens. Okay, there you go. So there's a charge of the Avocado cohort charging in, the Oathsworn Swordmasters getting blamed. But why? Why did you sacrifice your general? What the hell was the point in that? Why did you sacrifice your general? Oh my lord. I think that was Legido's general actually. He just charged in. He's like, yeah, I'll break through the berserkers. But then he just got a face full of missile ammunition over here. These guys are decent, man. 40 damage is a lot. And remember, Legatus only has, the heavy command has 30 units in this case. They have decent armor and decent damage, but it's a Legatus at the end of the day. Charge bonus of 20. Syrian archers in the front. So they stopped their assault over there, but final rallying call, it seems. The Oathsworn generals over here, well, I consider heroic numbers to be close to Oathsworn as possible, but they're not going to be doing well. Units are breaking. Retsi Roman unit broke. Avocado cohort. Again, Pila still being used. Triarii over here holding the center. General just died. Spear Nobles charging in. Spear Nobles versus 3 RI. Actually, Spear Nobles are better in almost every aspect except armor. They have 120. They're damn 120 melee defense. That is a really good holding unit. But these slingers, 162 kills. They've been killing mostly Oathsworn, so that's ridiculously good. So Oathsworn have 80 armor. That's 69 defense, melee defense. So that's also always good. The Syrian archers are charging in to try and absorb the Pila. The troops are being charged in as well. It's definitely going to be. I think that was Legidos General as well. Oh god. Okay, so this Oathsworn unit is breaking. This general over here is about to break as well. This Heroic Nobles is not doing well. The generals over here are doing their thing. They all get. Dude, I just remember when I used to just get that ability, Raise Banner, and that general is getting sniped. Raise Banner and Rally, they're really good abilities, but when you realize the damage that you can get from the other abilities is just like, it's a no-brainer almost. So last 3 minutes, there's no hope for the attackers. They don't have enough missiles and they don't have enough abilities. The defense could definitely wipe this out really fast. Okay, the attackers finally charge in, throw their Pilas in. The Berserkers go in with the general trying to get in. Those Syrian archers are going to get absolutely wrecked. The final charge into there. The general unit doomed by these longbow hunters. And oh, wait. These guys just stood there and took the charge. They do have a decent charge, but Berserkers have 71 charge bonus, 79 melee attack. That is nuts when they're on frenzy. So that definitely is doing damage. Swordmasters also have a decent charge, and they have Headhunt as well. They're slightly cheaper. They're discounted Oathsworn unit basically. So these Evocator cohort are going to struggle for a while, but this Legato is going to come around and it will take out these archers, maybe even rear charge these people over here. And the rear charge is all you need at this point to break everything. This general did not die. Luckily did not die. Jesus Christ, my man. Like, dude. I like the Roman generals because they're really easy to spot. There you go. The guy with the gold armor is the general. So that's something to keep in mind. The Berserkers over here are down 17 man. These Berserkers are not doing well whatsoever. This guy took an arrow to the knee and charged in. There are some Spear Nobles that were pulled back because they probably saw this. They're charging these guys out, but spear wall, shield wall, archers just firing. They really want to snipe those generals out, which I would understand because it would make a morale debuff of ridiculous proportions over there, but it's not something you would like to see. All these Balearic slingers just charging in. Swordmasters are very depleted. 2 generals down. 3rd general is about to die as well, losing decisively. The Legato is just charging into those longbow hunters, and he's breaking them. Army loss penalties have been triggered. This was a GG. It was a fun match, definitely. A really nice scenario. Roman players did absolutely fantastic. The attacking players did some mistakes, especially with their artillery and their missiles, but otherwise they did a really good attempt at taking on the walls. Thank you, Legido, for handing it in, or I don't know what you're calling yourself right now on Steam. So end replay, let's figure it out. So you are being called as Charlenium. So you, yeah, I mean all the 3 generals pretty much died. Natty Dreadful, Venter, Zeit, El Nino. I have played with El Nino and Blue Skies. Oh, Blue Skies is in here as well. 300,000 Echo Sacks. Okay, so let's see. Venter said his archers. Unfortunately, these guys didn't do as well, but these slingers did fantastic. Yeah, his Legatus was cleaning up. Across the board, really good. I mean, Legionary cohorts doing that amount of damage. It's fantastic to see. I mean, he still had quite a lot of units left, and the first cohort's pretty much alive. Natty Dreadful, his cavalry did nothing, unfortunately. I mean, this guy got a couple of kills, but the rest didn't. But then his slinger is doing work. 217 kills, 120 over there. And he had a lot of armored legionnaires, and I think he was the one that was getting pushed through by the El Nino guy, which is annoying to see. Cherninium, his elephants doing okay. His troops overall doing well. Principes were annihilated at the start because of Pila throws, but then overall he held really well with his missiles, and holding the walls really good. El Nino, extra artillery giant ballista. He didn't do well. I mean, he was pushing through his units, so you don't expect that person to do well. These guys barely got any kills. How many? So this guy had 5 Oathsworn, and he got 600. My man. Oh boy. And his hunter is doing nothing. Blue Skies, again, Hunter's doing okay. He was the one who was still alive at the end. His Swordmaster, he played the best, I think, from them. And this guy, I mean, he did well. His Oathsworn getting some good kills, and his Chosen doing well. Yeah, overall it was a fun game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know. Subscribe to the channel, like, comment, say something. Join the Discord channel if you want. We're getting pretty big. There's going to be a Minecraft server. It seems there's potential room for a Minecraft server. Eventually there will be one. Definitely, I'm working on it. I'm trying to set it up. There is D&D being played in the server. There's D&D being played in the chat when I live stream. So check out my live streams almost every day at around 6 p.m. Central European time. Sometimes I'm later, sometimes I'm earlier. Right now I'm trying to do my dissertation, so keep that in mind. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys are safe, and yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.